Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
Why do people, so many, stop short of faith sharing after they experience God in an intimate way?
Yeah, I think if we're speaking specifically about our culture and the West, because I think it's different in different places, as you would know. But in the West, I think it comes from just even being gracious here. It comes from a good heart where people want to, even though Barna research says only 2% of Christians share their faith. I think there's a genuine desire that people would. I think there's confidence issues. I think there's competence issues. But I think the biggest one is there's not a lot of good models of how to do that well. Not just training, but models. Mm-hmm. I love our church family and our pastors who have amazing hearts and pouring out their lives to their congregations. But it's not enough to, from the pulpit, have good theology and good proclamations of, hey guys, go share your faith. That's not a model. That's just words. They're good words, but we need to see people do it. We need people to take with them. Like when I think about the Great Commission, teach them to obey, not teach them the commands. Teach them how to obey the commands. That implies relationship. That implies going with them. So I think what is massively lacking is good models. Like for us, we need to take the people we're discipling into the harvest field and assist them and model for them how to do that. That's what's missing right now, is going with them to do that. So the heart, the heart posture is there, is good. But the practice and the model and the going and doing it, I think we've got a lot of room to grow. And so I think that's one part that we can think of is, okay, in our churches, whether you're autonomous, simple church networks like we are, or legacy churches, I think both can still take people into the harvest field as models. And instead of, we need to change our perspective. We're not supposed to just invite people to a church and have the professional share the gospel to them. Every believer is equipped with the basics to share their story and God's story. The demoniac did that. The woman at the well did that. We can do that at the most basic, simple levels. And if we can just help people do that relationally, I think that would turn a lot of more moments into movements. And something as simple as this: when you share the gospel with somebody, get their number, right? Follow up with them. Don't just leave that and let that be a great testimony you can share, but you forget their name, don't have their number, can't steward that relationship. Yeah. So something as simple like that is helpful.
Just be like Jesus. That's what Jesus did.
Break it down to the basics.
Yeah.
And big events, I'm all for big events, right? We do Winter Jam, we do speaking events. Those things are fine. Jesus did a couple of those. However, those are just filtering moments to find the few. So when we think about even legacy church pastors or Winter Jam or big events, we should always be trying to find the few who are willing to obey no matter the cost, then prioritize our time with them. That's how we'll see more stuff happen.
Yeah. That's the big net to draw in those few who will. That's a very graceful answer. I appreciate your heart in saying that. I would think this is a good time to give a quick shout out to say, everybody, you should go check out the Zume training. It's ZUME.training. We actually use it here at Teen Mania. I just went way back in time. At Teen Mania Ministries. That was 1996. What just happened to me?
Maybe that's your cue to reconnect with them.
Ron, that was for you, man. That was for you.
Not for me. Okay.
No, with InReach Global, we've adapted and used Zume and then a number of other curriculums that we've worked with all along to create our own curriculum that kind of is contextualized to our needs here in Thailand and China. But I'll tell you what, man, that is an excellent resource. Curtis Sargent, you can thank me later. But Zume.training, awesome place. Go check it out. There'll be links in the show notes to this as well.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.